Hi everybody, yes, it's that time of year again. I'm in Dusseldorf, it's the Caravan Saloon, and we're here bringing all the latest things from Volkswagen. We've got all the new T7 Californias are here. In actual fact, the entire California range is here, and looking forward to showing you what it goes. You can see behind me here, in front of me we've got Caddy California, we've got the whole range that's here, so we've got the coast, the beach, and obviously the ocean, which is behind me. We're going to get into those, show you what it's all about, etc. It's in there. We've even got Grand California with the new dash, which we're not expecting in the UK until probably the end of the year, or if not, even possibly next year. We'll have to wait and see from on that. But anyway, let's get cracking. Let's have a look around and see what there is. Caddy California. Let's have a look at this nice colour. If you watched the video from Camper Jam when we had a Caddy California there, you might notice this is quite similar. Different colour obviously, but got the wheels that's on there as well. But they've added some extra details to here. So we've got this moulding down the side here like this, and then on the bottom moulding as well, just gives a bit of a contrast. But have a look at these seats. We've got colour-coded seat patterns here, so we've got a little bit of a colour-coding section going on from on there. Really like these seats, these are nice. Have a look in the front. So the front seats, we've got matching in the front as well. I like the interior pattern that's on here. Obviously these seats are moved forward so they can obviously demonstrate the bed function. We've got roof rails on the top, the silver chrome roof rails that's there. Our pop-out windows at the side. As come to expect, nothing changed in the back. Obviously we've got our table and chairs as normal in here, and our pull-out hook and hob. As we're used to all these things. I do like this with the non-colour coded bumpers at the back. This gives it a bit of a fresh look. If we come round to the front, we'll see what I mean about the non-colour coded bit, because see this here, obviously this is just normal plastic and it's mirrored up on here as well. I think it gives it a bit of a, possibly an off-roady kind of look. Maybe that's what they were going for with it, but then you can see obviously that extends around the wheel arches here and then carries on around the door section that's there. Okay, this is the California coast. It's in the silver. Got a lot of shiny things on this as well. You might notice, if you've seen my recent video with my vehicle, my multivan, love the combination that's going on here. Obviously we've got it with the gloss. You might notice these windows are very dark. And these obviously the blackout blinds that's with the vehicle. I'll try and find out whether that's what we're getting with them as standard, whether they're just for the show that's up here. And we have a look at the roof as well. Okay, so this is the toffee brown roof, and it looks all right, but that's not offending me. Quite like it. It's a little bit different, so no different really to what we've got at the moment. Big opening window at the front. I think we can pretty much safely say that's pretty much the same kind of design that's on there as well. Obviously we've got the awning on the side of the vehicle here. You can see that's on there. I believe the awning can go on either side, left or right side of the vehicle, and it is also detachable. I've had a very quick look round and I can see a key in there, which makes me think that is the case. So let's have a look inside the vehicle. This is the other side of those curtains that's here. It's still magnetic, you can see it's got a little magnetic thing that's in there. It's in there, so nice on one side, that on the other. Quilted. Yep, like that, thumbs up for that. Definitely makes it darker. Look inside there now. Proper blackout. So it looks like we're going back away from having the pull-out blinds, which I know some of you love and some of you don't love, that's in there. And this obviously has got some poles in the middle of it, which we've had poles on these before, and then just stretches out from on there. I do prefer these when they've got a big long dash like this, because it does allow you to put things on the dash and still get access to the dash. But as you can see, some visors are still down, and if we move around to that side there, you can see it's in the middle. I think it'll be easier to fit that as well. So okay, it all looks a little bit more compact from the back than what we're actually used to, but I'm actually standing underneath the seats at the moment and my head is not touching the top of the tailgate, which is great news, because I suspected this was the case, and possibly where they've had them before is they haven't been the right height. Normal space underneath in there. We've got plenty of space, you can see lots of luggage things that's in there on the side of it. And then back down at the side on here we've got a few cupboards, which you can see from on here. We've moved that out of the way for a minute. That's obviously where your water tank is, that's in there, and you can pull that out. So those cabinets work very well. There's another one at the back, I'm guessing that's where the secondary battery lives, no different to as it is now. And then obviously this is going to form the bed section at the back with our mattress that then folds over on top of the seat. So if we open that, there we go. So this doesn't move back at all, this is fixed. This is your only opening into the vehicle. Slight shelves that's on there, so slightly smaller than previously that's there, but this is a lot bigger down on here, we can see. And I'm guessing that underneath here, again, let's have a little, aha, there we go. So still got our shower compartment that's in there, no different there. That's our water tank. You'll notice the cap on the top, similar to what's on the Grand California. This looks identical to what's in the Grand California, the way that it works in there. That sits on top of there, so obviously no gas bottle in there. That's where the wardrobe would normally be, that's in there. It's a bit bigger. And you can see these slide backwards and forwards. So you'll be able to push that's in there, and obviously be able to get more space. It's in here on either side, which is a bit higher. This is a huge improvement. Look how that moves. Now, I saw photos of these. These, I think, are a brilliant idea. Believe it or not, you can get these already, actually. There is a company that make them, and you can get them for the beach and things like that, but I'm nice to see that they've incorporated into here. When we have a look at the beach model, it'd be interesting to see whether this is something that comes available on both sides of the vehicle then. So obviously just gives you that extra amount of storage that you wouldn't have, because I think there is a little bit less storage in this than there is in the current model, but with things like this, that's going to obviously compensate and change those things from there. So have a look on here, and it just flips up, and then you can get access to your clothes and things inside it. So let's have a look at the kitchen unit that's on here as well. So we've got a table that comes out that's on here as well. Let's have a look underneath that. That's there. So obviously that clips into the bottom that's in there, and will fold down and will go flat in here. We've also got our socket. There we go. Have a look in there. Got the socket. So that's our inverter socket to give us some more power. And then on the side on here as well, this is new. We've got our fridge, which pulls out from the side that's in here. Two slightly separate compartments that's in there. That looks like that might actually come out, but you can separate your things that's in there as well. Got a bottle in there as well. Will it shut with that bottle open? Yeah, just about. But that's good, you can access it from outside, or obviously you could be in the vehicle and you could access it as well. Right, new California beach. I'm particularly interested in this vehicle because I do like the beach. I think the beach makes a lot of sense for a lot of people. And depending when this goes out, I've got some news about beach as well, which hopefully you'll all appreciate, but that's coming soon. Maybe before or after this video, we'll have to wait and see. But let's have a look. So we've got the energetic orange. With this combination of dark and black with it, quite like it actually. Well, you can see this has been colour matched as well. So we've got this in the dark colour that's in there. That's obviously the darker grey top cover. So obviously it's a beach, and with it being a beach, you're going to have seats in the back of it, and more seats in the back of it, because there's not going to be any camping equipment. And we can see from on here, we've got a row of 3 seats. So if you've seen my multivan video, you'll see these are the seats in here. I suspect these have all got individual seat belts on, which generally means that these seats can be turned around and go either way that's in the vehicle. I'm going to try and find out today as well whether how many seats you can get in a beach, because there is another beach that hasn't got anything in the back, because this one has got some things in the back of it. And the first thing you're going to notice, Caddy California, pretty much think this is the same. So let's give it a pull out and check. Yes, it is. So we've got a pull out cutlery tray, which is great. Lots of room for pots and pans and other bits that's in the back of it. That's in here. That goes in there. Obviously on the beach, this is replacing what would normally be on the side of the vehicle, because this vehicle's got twin doors, as all the new California has got twin doors. I like that setup. One burner that's in there, that pushes back in. I'm now going to try, there we go, all the way back in from on there. So what else have we got? We've got some storage space here. So let's have a look. That goes all the way through to where the seats are. This is the table. We all know that table, don't we? It does look like it's different though. It has been redesigned, slightly different, moving over this way. We've got down here. This vehicle's obviously got a removable tow bar. That's what that socket there is for. And I'm thinking this is probably a heater port, possibly it's in there as well, because we've been told not to put any bags in front of it, which would indicate that it gets warm from there. We've got our bench tray that's here with our mattress on, and then this mattress is going to fold out and move over the seats. I can feel it's got hardboard in the bottom of it there, so that's obviously going to sit on the other seats. That makes perfect sense. And then having a look at the side of the vehicle that's on here as well, these, I have seen these, you can get these for the current beach. They're not made by Volkswagen, they're made by a separate company. But I think these are a great idea, especially on a beach. You can get so much things in these on either side, so you can put all your clothes in these rather than having the wardrobes, and these things come out. So you can, for example, take them out, bring them in the house, put all your things in, you can get all your clothes that's in there as well. I mean, you can definitely get enough clothes in there for one person for a long period of time away. I suspect, because I'm looking at getting some of these for a vehicle myself at the moment, that you could probably get enough clothes for a family of 4 in there and 1 over there. Now, we've talked about the height of this, and every one that we've seen pre-production has been a lot lower than this. I have not been able to do this. I can just slightly feel the canvas on my head. I am 6 foot, pretty much down to the nail, but I can get under here, and that was one of my concerns. I thought it was lower. I think the ones we've seen before pre-production haven't been quite right, or they haven't had the full height difference that's in there. Haven't looked around the Ocean one yet. That might be different, because that's the one that we've seen before, so that could be the difference that's on here. Okay, let's talk seating in the back of it. So we've got 3 seats in the back and 2 seats in the front, which obviously swivel around, as you can see, and I knew this was coming, but height adjustable as well. So these seats can move up and down and swivel around as well, which is something new for the vehicle. Obviously got independent seats as well. We've got child seats on here, we've got anchoring points for ISOFIX seats, and these have all got independent seat belts on as well. So independent seat belt on each of these, which would mean in theory they could be turned around. I'm in the roof now of the beach. Let's pull the bed down. Let's have a look. Oh, it's going to be dark in here. It's going to be difficult to see, but looks pretty much identical to what we're used to. It's got quite a dark top on here. I don't think that's a bad thing. Have a look up. That's the locking mechanism for the roof. So I'm guessing you probably just push it in or pull it and it locks in place. Not going to be able to do that until we've got one physically on site, I don't think. But I think that will make it a little easier, because the beach at the moment, obviously, you just take a bit of getting used to manually putting that down. But I think this is going to lock from there straight into the locking mechanism here. I think it should be nice and easy to do. So on this one here, we've got a 12-volt socket that's on that side, and if I move around, we've also got USB-C. And I suspect these blanks here are for a lighting concept, which is probably an option, so that you can actually have lights up here as well. And finally on the beach, a black roof compared to the other one. I think with this colour of vehicle, suits it very well. Be interested to see what it looks like when it's down, because obviously it's going to come over this rail system here, but I think that's going to look very smart, that, with that. And another beach camper, but this one hasn't got any cooking equipment in it. So this is what we know as the beach tour. 2 seats in here, which I'm going to guess are swivel seats again, that move around from on here. This one has got 2 seats here, and then it's also got another 2 seats in the back. So this is demonstrated as a 6-seat model that's in here, and we've got our little table that's in the middle that's on here as well. But I have noticed none of these seats can turn round, so these seats are all fixed in the R, and there's also no armrests on them either, but it has got the pop-up roof. So this is the same mechanism that we've seen on the other one. So it's a manual roof on here, and if I show you from down here, that gives you a better indication to the seating plan. So 2 seats up front, 2 and 2, which can't turn around, but as you can see, there was nothing in the back in this one, so no camping, no nothing. Okay, from the rear end here, it is just a normal multivan. We can see from here there's no chairs on here. There is absolutely nothing in the back of this vehicle whatsoever. It has just got seats and our normal parcel shelf. It's no different. So this essentially is my vehicle, for example my multivan. It's a 6-seater with a pop-up roof that you could sleep in. And I can see the benefits of that, but as I said, I don't think we're going to get this model in the UK. Now, I pretty much assumed we were going to have the new T7 multivan. I was hoping all the derivatives were here. They are. But what is a surprise is what's behind me. So this is a Caddy California. We're all used to that, but this is the very, very latest. It's got the new dash that's in here as well. Let's get inside and have a look at it. I'm not going to spend a huge amount of time showing you the other stuff on it, because it is no different to a Caddy California. But the difference is the dash and how that looks. To start with, the steering wheel. This is a T6.1 steering wheel. I love the steering wheel. I think it feels nice and comfortable in your arm as you move it around. First thing we're going to have a quick look at is the controls. So anybody who's got an ID Buzz will notice that. Windscreen wipers, indicators that are on there is no different. But here we've got the new side one here. This one is automatic. So drive, for example, you twist it forward, reverse, you put it backward, and park is on the end here. So again, that's something which is coming across all the range. If you've got different vehicles, you're going to know that. Some of the things are very, very similar, like from in here, we've got slightly different ones with the panelling that's on here. It's redesigned for our cup holder, like that. That's a nice place for that to be, obviously on the other way around. So this is where things get really interesting now here in the dash. So on here we've got our park button, no handbrake. No handbrake at all. We've got park and we've got auto hold, which is nice seeing here. And then we've got this huge screen. Looks very, very similar to what we've now got in the ID Buzz. But lots of places to put things. Cubby holes here. You know, this is very much craft that we know. It's on here on the dash. But it has just made a big difference. Again, on top, cup holder there on the side, move across. Got our USB-C, we have and everything that's on here, moving across on the dash to another cup holder that's there as well. And it does just feel like a really nice place to be. We've got our usual seats and armrest, none of that's changed. Our headlining up here, all the same. No different that's on there as well. So the big thing I'm trying to emphasise here is this dash that's on here. This thing makes a whole different ball game. So this obviously is a 680 because it's a long wheelbase version, you can see from here. It has got the extra window here and the extra window there at the side. Also as well in this colour, like it in Indian grey, but it's got these wheels, and these wheels to me look like 18-inch Springfield alloys. That's what they looked like to me. Whether they are or not, I don't know. They are 17-inch, so they're definitely not 18-inch Springfield alloys. Must be 17-inch. I'm going to have to look when I get back because I like those. I think that adds it off as well. So this is the new plug socket design that's on here. It's a bit more rounded rather than being square. That's on here. And you can see it's got slightly modern more inside, and this seems to be across the whole California range. Now everything seems to be using this one instead. So as I walk into the Grand, let's have a look. Does that look a little bit different? Aha. This looks a bit familiar. So this must be the new control panel that's on the side of the vehicle compared to what we've got with that. So obviously it's giving our battery levels, for example, and fresh water, wastewater and battery level that's there as well. Obviously going to set up and change things, it's on there. Probably change the lighting, it's in here as well, on the inside and the outside by the look of it. It's quite nice. Okay, so first impressions of the Ocean, just got out of it from on here. Obviously I've seen the concept before, I've seen that here at Dusseldorf, from the concept version that's on here as well, but this is as it's going to be. I really like it. I like the multivan, you know that. I've got one myself, it's my company, my daily driver that I've got, so I'm used to all the things that are in it. I think Volkswagen have been very clever with the way in which they've designed and moved some of the things in the cabinetry that's in there. But really, we need these on the ground in the UK, and then we can get in them, we can see what you feel like, and I think that'll be the big telling factor when you can sit in them and see what you think that's around it. But I think it's a brilliant successor. To see the 6.1 go is always going to be a bit of a farewell tour for that vehicle, so and that vehicle is going to be still massively popular. I think if anything it's going to get cult status like everything else does in the Volkswagen range and the camper van wise that's in here as well. But this is the new one, this is the new toy. It's going to be available to order in the UK later on this year, deliveries early next year, and as always we will bring you all the latest information we get when this vehicle comes out. So as with the beach, we've got our little pop-out table here, no different from on there as well, and you can see that fits into the bottom bit that's on here. And we've got our socket again for our inverter socket, it's at the bottom. So this is the Ocean, and it's in the bed position now. So as when we looked at the coast before, the bed it gets always from one side to the other, full size. So it's not just over the seats, it's over the top of the side panel as well, down the side of it, that's in there as well. I think that's a good sized bed, nice and long, I like that, it's good. And obviously with the bed down, we're then going to have a massive amount of space under here for storage, so which is what we used to in the past, but obviously you can see those seats now in the back have folded down on top of themselves, and that gives you an idea how that works and goes in. So as currently as we have at the moment, we've got loads of places to put things in the back here. And here we've got our water tank and our shower connection at the back. And let's not forget, still got our pull blind that's on here. There we go, that's across to the back. Our lights. I'm guessing these will dim down as well, will they? They go brighter and darker. Keep our finger on it, go darker, 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 or turn them off. Obviously, if you're going to have this colour choice, you've got to have the blue roof that goes with it, with our awning attachments on there. We go in. Now, this roof is obviously electric, and we know it's electric because of this. That's the telltale sign that it's electric compared to the manual. So if a manual roof on here wouldn't have this, this is what actually does the works. This is the strut that actually electrically moves it up and down that's on there as well. And that's the key indicator to tell you where it is. So let's have a look at the fridge while we're on the side that's on here. So pull the fridge out. Oh, this one's got things in it as well, there we go. Gives you a better idea. Worth noting about the floor, so we've got the rubber floor that we're used to that's on there as well. And obviously there's lots of carpets coming as well. I do like a carpet down on the floor as well. And we can see from the bed here, if I just pop in a bit, so this is the mattress on the bed. If I just tip that up a bit, and you can kind of see this is hard, this bit on the back. Can you see my fingers there? So that's the hard bit of the mattress that's underneath, and that just sits straight down on top of those seats. So it's a bit like, for example, with the comfort mattress that we've had previously, that you're just pulling straight over from the top. Feels nice and sturdy that's there. So obviously, lighting strip on the side, our cooker top, push it up a bit. So all of you that want to know whether you can still make a cup of tea with the bed down, you certainly can. If anything, it's easier to make a cup of tea on this one because obviously your fridge is down there to get your milk out that's on there. You can push this to one side here and you can have things like, for example, down there you can have your tea and your coffee and things that you can get access to. It's in there. So pretty much you can get access to everything you want while you're in bed, which I like. 2 cupboards that's there as well. You will notice that this one has got the drop down at the top. Didn't have that on the coast actually. So this must be something maybe that it's only available to get this on the ocean. I'll have to wait until we get the exact specifications that's on there as well, but we've found that very useful in the past. I do quite like that, but obviously it does reduce this dimension here from a headroom perspective. So, but that is huge actually, a lot more space in there because we haven't got any speakers in there that we would have had previously. And then obviously we've still got these, looked at these before, I think these are a great idea. Look at all the storage that's in there, you can get in there. And then we've got our control panel, as we would expect it, on the side that's on here as well. Okay, let's have a look at this seat that's in here now. So it's obviously now folded back, so you can see this is the base seat, this is the bit that you sit on, and that's the bit where your backrest would be, and that's what's creating that flat surface that's on there that goes through. And as I've shot from the back, we'll have a look in the rear, look at how much space you've got under there. Loads of space. Still got a vent, so there's probably still a heater in this back cupboard. Look at all that space that's in there. Okay, we're not concentrating too much on the front of the vehicle, and the reason for that is because it is a multivan at the end of the day. We're used to what it looks like. The dash-wise hasn't changed in that sense, but let's have a look at these seats, for example. So this is on Notion. We can see from one here. New fabric seating that's in there as well. Feels all nice, it's in there. We've got our California in the back. I'm liking that. Let's just quickly turn our attention to the dash itself. So obviously we've got polished, like a stainless steel type effect that's on here as well. It comes through. Look at the big dash that's on here. I suspect this one's got head-up display as an option. I think that's what that is. It's on the front if you're wondering. And then moving over to the dash itself, this is all stuff we're used to. No differentness on the dash. Now I do get asked a lot with this new California about storage. That does seem to be something that's playing on people's minds. But as you'll see from the video when we've walked around it now, is there is a lot of storage on this vehicle. And I don't think it feels any particularly smaller than the T6.1 that we've currently got now. If anything, it feels the same. Some areas of it actually feel slightly bigger than what's in there. And I think the storage-wise, you've just been a bit more cleverer with where you are. You haven't got those big cupboards that's in the front that we've had before in the 6.1. These are a lot smaller cupboards that's in the size, there's less places to put things. Right, that's me finished for today. I hope you enjoyed today's video, having a look at what we had on offer here with the new T7 California, and obviously it's been great to see all the 3 different models that's there. There's a lot for me to digest, have a think about what's in there as well. I'm sure we'll make quite a few videos. Learned loads today. It's been a really interesting day getting to feel what the actual California, new T7 California is all about. Can't wait for the vehicle to arrive. I'm sure we're going to get to see it soon. So anyway, hope you enjoyed today's video. Give us a like, give us a subscribe. It allows me to come and do things like this for today, which has been a lot of fun, a lot of pleasure coming and doing as well. And we'll see you next time.